this rapper and him, they all in the room together.
Yeah, I go to Daddy House studio and I'm fucking with Diddy and Q-Tip, and they was in there doing something.
You won't believe what just exploded online. Hip-hop icon Busta Rhymes is caught on camera reacting the moment Diddy's male dancers hit the scene. The man didn't just lose his cool, he lost it completely. This is Busta like you've never seen him, raw and unfiltered. The internet's on fire, and trust me, his reaction is stirring up major heat. Buckle up, we're diving straight into the madness.
I know a lot of people want to hear these stories and everything like that because this is stuff that happened back in the day. And then maybe that if they knew there was going to ever be a YouTube or they knew there was going to ever be social media, a lot of the stuff probably wouldn't have got played out like it did. But things happen and these are just stories from the past. I would like to use that as, what you call that? Just to clear the facts up what's going on. But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff and he's in exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he's going, I'm just looking at the places where he's picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plugs. And I was like, hey, yo, I was messing with him because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still going to tease him. I'm still going to mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs. And he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. When he got to, I just waited at the counter. When he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like he gave the guy a stack something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina.
This video has the internet in a chokehold. Busta Rhymes, always a composed vet, was suddenly thrown into chaos when Diddy's male dancers hit the floor. 1 second he's chilling, the next he's visibly squirming, looking like he'd teleport out if he could. His face was a walking meme, nervous sweat, darting eyes, the whole package. The crowd might have missed it, but the internet didn't. Frame-by-frame breakdown, zoom-ins, analysis like it was a courtroom drama. Busta's silence screamed louder than words. He was not vibing, and fans can't get enough of the moment that shook even a hip-hop titan.
Later on I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm hearing at the door and stuff like that, like, yeah. So then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule. I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bruh, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering them. He was like, yo, I don't care, man. I'm going in there. That bull like that. I said, yo, bro, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed him and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, G, that's my cousin. He know me well, and Puff was like, yo, G, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on. So I was like, oh, he said it was a lot of freaking going on. So that was basically that story, man. You know what I'm saying? They went back in the room. Dude felt a certain kind of way, and he left out. So I seen them at the concert the next day, and they tried to, form up against me. But my man Frank was like, I told my man Frank, I was like, yo, Frank, put yourself in that position. Somebody trying to get in the room, and Ja told you don't let nobody get in the room. What would you do? Now, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, man, but I ain't taking no losses. He said, yo, you good, and that was it. Bruh, when Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind. What they was doing with those butt plugs.
Right. This video spread like wildfire, and Busta Rhymes got caught right in the blaze. Suddenly, he was the internet's main character for all the wrong reasons. Memes flew, old tweets popped up, and his name was trending before the night was over. It was a digital pylon, and no one could look away. With his brand built on control and confidence, fans started questioning everything. And just when you think he'd go quiet, nope, Busta clapped back, and it wasn't pretty. That clip didn't just go viral. It flipped his whole vibe in a flash.
Just know, bro, like when it comes to certain things like this, it's a lot of people that who hold weight. They want me to tell stories that they experience with them. I ain't doing that though. I may have some of them come on the podcast or something. Now I am gonna have the guy who got the case against Dwight Howard. He gonna come on the podcast and talk. That's gonna be interesting. Because he hit me up thanking me. He's like, man, he felt more courageous. You feel me? He felt like he not alone no more. Because, he speak about dude like he a monster. You know what I'm saying? He showed me like the threats he was receiving and things like that from him. So like, I'm getting a lot of support though, bro. Like the support I've been receiving, it really changed my whole life. Cause like working this job, bro, like it eat away at your soul, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't really date like that. You feel me? And then you got to keep so much a secret. You know what I'm saying? And like normal ladies feel insecure because you always around these models, these ladies who got all this surgery. They feel insecure about that. And it's like, most ladies barely met a man they can really trust. So like when you live in this lifestyle, bro, it's a lonely path, bro. You feel me? That's why I be so thankful for my family, like my mom, my brother, my homie Unknown, dude got like my brothers, you feel me? Like my members. You need that because like, bro, so many people was shocked at some of the things I was saying, but it's a lot of people who quietly in my inbox thanking me for speaking out about certain things. So you feel me? Like a lot of abuse victims are reaching out to me. You feel me? Buying shirts, bro, just sending me like I'll get like a $5, like a random $5 Apple Pay. Thank you for speaking out and all this type of stuff. I'm like, damn. Okay. A lot of people like especially like a lot of sexual abuse survivors, man, they coming to me every day thanking me for speaking out about certain things, for protecting women and kids and stuff like that. You really like, this just my crusade I always been on, bro. You feel me? So like, I'm not really concerned about no detractors or what they have to say, because if you got a problem, come get up with me. Period. If not, shut up or get up with me.
Just when things couldn't get crazier, Busta Rhymes jumped headfirst into the chaos and lit a match on way in. Instead of damage control, he went full meltdown on social media. No apologies, no chill, just straight fire, calling people out and tossing shade. Fans were stunned. Celebs were side-eyeing. And the internet? Hooked. Rumors swirled. Was he tipsy? Emotional? Hacked? Nah. This was raw, unfiltered Busta. He ran about loyalty, threatened to expose people, and drag old rap beefs back from the grave. Posts came fast. Deletions came faster. But screenshots? Oh, they live forever. His PR team had to be panicking as he torched bridges over a clip that would have faded in days.
My next guest just testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties. His name is Courtney Burgess, and he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter.
A friend?
And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids. On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females. The drive also included a manuscript of an alleged Kim Porter memoir, a memoir that her 4 kids insist is fake. Courtney Burgess told his story on a podcast before he told the grand jury today, and after he told the grand jury, and I mean immediately after, he booked it over to my set, and he and his attorney talked to me. I should tell you that he was very limited in how much detail he could go into about his testimony. And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not. Here now is my conversation with Courtney Burgess and Ariel.
He said, like a friend gave him this. And literally he's saying, we can see who these celebrities are. So in my mind, I'm just saying to myself, like this wouldn't be part of the trial. I'm just kind of confused on, like this wouldn't be part of the trial.
By the time Busta finally stepped away from the keyboard, it was too late. The internet had already crowned the face of a full-blown meltdown. What started as a weird moment turned into a PR disaster, with memes, jokes, and trending hashtags burying his reputation in real time. Fans were disappointed. Insiders were whispering, and everyone was wondering if this was the beginning of the end. Instead of cooling things down, Busta poured gasoline on the chaos, turning a minor scandal into a major blow-up. Now the only question left is, can he even bounce back from this, or did he just burn his legacy for good?
And if so, how long ago?
Right, so me personally, I definitely seen it coming. Like 2013 was when I really first started speaking out about this, because he was booked to host an event in Chicago at a nightclub called The Vibe on 1534 North Kingsbury. I was head of security at this venue. And whenever celebrities would come through, the owner and the general manager, shout out PJ Khan and shout out Joey Vartanian, they would send me with celebrities after the club. So I ended up at one of his events, and a gentleman I used to work for, his name was David Arrington. He used to not work for, work with. He was security like me, big, strong, intimidating dude. On to find out, you know, he was double dipping. You feel me? He was getting hired as a sex worker, and when I got to the event, he was there. And
as a bodyguard or?
No, he was there as a performer. Right. So that gentleman's incarcerated right now. He ended up killing his boyfriend, stealing his car, all type of stuff. So he crashed out. So that's how I ended up even knowing about this type of stuff. So, and when I got to the party, you know, all the waitresses was topless. They had like...
You're the second person to say that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, everybody, the waitresses was topless. Like they had like dancers in cages, naked. I seen a few people had like lions on leashes and stuff like that. You feel me? And then, you know, once they came out to collect everybody's phones, that's when I said, I'm going to the car. Y'all got it. Because I seen the Diddy guy holding hands with two vampire-looking dudes, like they was off Twilight. You feel me? So if you ever at a celebrity party, you see street dudes kicking it, the females, when you see the vampires come in, somebody case getting touched. You better be on point, bro. Oh no.
Do you feel like you have the spirit of discernment to like know when you see a man or a woman that know they on some like you said, the guy you was working with was a whole sex worker, and I don't, you know.
I was suspicious of him.
Okay,
for sure. You know, any person who worked private security at a high level, you know, I get this from my mom, the spirit of discernment. That's something she always said, exact words. So salute to you. And you know,
Busta's clean image just took a nosedive, and it's not looking good. That whole family-friendly vibe, cracked and crumbling. The internet's in full detective mode, dragging up old interviews and receipts. His socials, a war zone. Loyal fans are flipping, flooding his comments with, "We thought you were better than this." Meanwhile, the rest of the internet watches like it's must-see TV. And now the real tea. Some of Busta's brand deals might be on life support. Word is, companies are sprinting away from the drama, trying to cut ties before things get messy. One by one, those dominoes are falling, and his image might be going with them.
You can look into somebody's eyes and tell if they're a killer. You can look in their eyes and tell if they're a get money person. You can look in their eyes and tell if, you know, they get a little extra wild. You feel me? Oh, bro.
Would you say this is one of the most uncomfortable situations you've been in, or?
No.
Okay.
Because I mean, like, if you know, you know. Like, you know, like, the celebrity world is mostly losers. You feel me? They just got money. Like, you know, they not player. Like, they're not kind to people. They don't know how to talk to females. And most of them are, like I said, celebrity world is Zesselmania, man. Period.
You got to trademark them.
It's Zesselmania. You know, I done been in real. I done been in real life and death situations. Like I didn't. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of rumors of saying people say that Diddy's a gangster. Is Diddy a gangster? Being around him,
He not a pushover. He a tough cake toucher, bro. I tell you that much, bro. Like,
tough cake toucher.
for sure, bro. Like.
You had said you had seen a scene where he came up to a young dude and choked him and said, "You either want to get with God or
grab the man by his throat."
Yeah,
he was like, "You want to walk with God or you want to be a roach, nigga?"
That's some gay shit to say.
And I'm looking like,
that's some Frank Lucas shit.
So I'm like, damn, why you do? I'm like, you gonna let him grab you like that? Because bro, he real touchy feely, so that's how he discern if he gonna try to. If you let him touch you a little too much,
he knows.
Yeah, he gon'. There are 150,000 unaccounted for children that cross the border every year that are unaccounted for. There is a certain level of darkness that comes with levels of high wealth because Rook just asked me right now that I think that he could rape somebody. You know, these are people who are not used to being told no. And like, I know a gentleman who has a yacht, right? The yacht probably costs like $200 million. And there's an entire staff that stays on this yacht. They stay for 6 months, the other staff come for the next 6 months. So if you got enough money, you can buy a person. You can buy their time. So that's the level of what's going on.
Now, there's been a lot of alleged saying that him with different celebrities in videos exist, both male and female. Do you know that to be true?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I seen some stills of some tapes being shot.
Now we live in the world of the deep fake and and AI. Is it possible that could be created or crafted and sold?
So it's kind of hard to fake CCTV footage, simply because it's time stamped and the pixels in that camera. Any AI footage, the pixels is way higher than a normal camera.
For sure.
So, you know, you got to take that into consideration.
I think I'm gonna Google everyone who has a $200 million yacht. And we gonna line this. We gonna get close.
It's hundreds of guys who got.
Okay.
Bro,
Yeah. Okay.
Rook, didn't you say you wanted a yacht?
Yeah.
200 million. 200 million.
I'm scared to get money now. Bro,
it's getting scary.
It's not the money that changes people, because if you a man who get money, you know that this money is a tool.
Right.
It's not your identity. And like, I'm sure there are things that you wouldn't do for money.
Right.
So it's not the money that changes people.
Brooke always told me money only amplifies who you really are.
Yeah, you don't really know who you are until you get some money.
Right. Yeah.
For sure.
Let you have anything in the world that you want. I'm gonna throw you what.
Now, Diddy was he had sued the liquor company. I forget the name. It was a hard name for me to pronounce, but he pretty much won the lawsuit. But you know, it was explained that in these lawsuits or in these there's a morality clause. Do you think that his battle against this liquor company could have been what set this off actually, or was this only inevitable?
Well, you gotta look at it. We all thought he owned Ciroc.
For sure.
Yeah.
He felt like eventually he would be able to get some ownership stake. He didn't. And these issues really started for him once he went after them. Because shortly thereafter, he sold Revolt TV. And anybody who follows him, Revolt TV was his baby. He worked hard on that.
Facts.
So once that was sold, I knew the end was near at that point. Because, you know, just like Gucci Mane, when he went to jail, he passed his artist contracts off to people who can hold them and fulfill the details while he was gone. That's what they do. They pass it off to people who can put it in a shell corporation. But you can have a corporation and have an anonymous owner. So once I seen Revolt get sold.
And just like that, even fellow rappers are backing off. Nobody wants Busta's chaos spilling onto them. His rep, burning fast. The internet never forgets, and fame has no mercy. Can he bounce back? Maybe, but right now it's not looking good. Stay tuned. This mess is far from over. Next, Voice 7. Busta's tried to rise from the ashes, but whether he soars or crashes is still up in the air. His team is scrambling for damage control, but scandals keep popping up like a bad game of whack-a-mole. Some say he needs to step up, own it, maybe drop an apology, but you know how celebs are. Meanwhile, social media is roasting him nonstop, with meme after meme.